Right, well, we're back. Second episode of BBG. It's not a sexual act, honest.
It's not a sex act.
It's Bros Bad Gaming, and
Yeah.
you're here with another story. We're doing this in a very professional manner. We're just huddled around this microphone.
Yeah.
And what story have you got for us for this time?
Well, dear listener, we're back in beautiful Magnamar
Magnamar. All right, so we're in the fantasy worlds of Pathfinder
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not just. It's not just that we're back in the same city. It's the same character.
Okay, so the same
GM.
the same long-suffering character, same moronic GM. Okay.
Yeah. So
What's he got you doing this time, bro?
there have been a spate of ghastly murders.
Oof. Okay, a lot more interesting than a water wheel.
Yeah. So you think. Bodies have been found. And there are dark rumours that an evil cult is behind these vile murders.
Oh, I thought we were saving this episode for Halloween. This is just too spooky.
I know. My party is hired by a local noble who's a lesser relative of theirs has been a victim of these terrible crimes, and they want this group to pay with their lives.
Justice must be
Justice must be served. They're not interested in the town guard and their excuses. They want to hear
Corrupt. Lazy. Inept.
corrupt, inept, low level,
Low level.
nothings. Who rely on
They don't have character classes. They'll never be able to solve this problem.
who rely on wandering murderers to solve their crimes for them. Fireball wielding lunatic,
Wizards, the occasional ninja,
swivel-eyed clerics
paladins looking for heresy.
proclaiming doom, and paladins cutting off the hands of children who just stole that loaf of bread to feed mama.
These are the people you need to solve.
These are the people that he needs to solve these gruesome murders. And so it takes very little time to realise that we're going into the sewers.
Ah, right, of course. The
Because
sewers.
it's always, if there's a cult, they're in a sewers.
Yeah.
They can't just be in a house,
No.
a basement.
There can't be a cult that sort of like a travelling show of some kind, a theatrical performance, or they're embedded deep within the nobility itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now they're in the effing sewers.
Yeah.
And I say this because I'd already done several terribly exciting adventures in the sewers previously.
Oh, so your character will be quite familiar with the layout of the sewers.
I was starting to feel that, yeah. So, knowing that we knew several ways into the sewers, off we went to one of our favourite entrances, or exits, or however you want to put it, down into the shit stinking depths
Get into the muck.
of piss and rats we went. And so our group, with their expensive magical items and cool clothing, started wading through months old fetid
Shit and
shit and piss, wading our way through. And so I thought, right, well, here we go. There's a cult activity. We're going to find the cult's evil shrine. Maybe we're going to have to kill a couple of them, put their evil robes on, move
Sneak
around,
in,
find them doing some horrific, ritual or whatever.
Find out just what it is they worship.
Maybe they're trying to bring up some ooze demon or something,
I mean, there's no shortage.
Yeah, so
Lots of things.
Ideas are running through my head. All of them better than what actually happened by quite a wide margin.
Okay.
But the first thing we come across is this tentacled creature with a big gaping mouth that seems to survive on all the filth and detritus. Eating passing dire rats and any other poor fool that comes its way.
Okay.
And it starts attacking us. And, our only way past is to fight this thing. And this is a decent little fight.
Okay.
And I actually enjoyed this bit.
Okay.
So we had a cool fight with this tentacled thing, this horror of the depths.
So at the moment, it's Bros OK Gaming or Bog.
Okay. And so we kill that. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe this is all right. That's a good start.
Okay. Yeah.
And we continue along. We rest a little in a drier area of this place because obviously sewers in medieval cities are vast dungeon-like complexes, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
And then we continue on. So I'm thinking, that was a good start. That was a good start. And then we come across sewer goblins.
Ah.
Now, to say that I've faced a large number of goblins with this GM, and you know yourself, because you faced a large number of goblins with this GM.
Been involved in a amount of goblin murder.
Because his go-to quick throw in a monster is goblins.
Pack of goblins. Yeah.
Like, that's like the first thing that comes. And he must be like, of course, goblins. This will be a great fight.
And if anyone knows Pathfinder goblins, they're not that intimidating. They're like gremlins. Really.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of that, even though I sometimes use one of them as a little image. But they're fun looking, but I'd rather prefer them to look like a more kind of...
a bit nastier.
Yeah. Anyway, sewer goblins appear. And I am in no effing mood after what I thought was going to be a good...
Like it's a subspecies, the sewer goblin,
Yeah. So, basically, there's like 10 of them there in the sewer tunnel. So I just have the wizard fireball the absolute green crap out of them.
Right.
And GM looks a little bit perturbed because I've just killed them all.
Yeah, crispy
and I'm
goblin,
like, they're goblins. What? Oh, I thought you might... like try to talk to them because they know the sewers. So why the f do I want to talk to goblins?
They don't speak very well anyway.
So we step over their burning
charred corpses
remains now like the burns congealing into the crap, and we find their little home where there's some more goblins and some baby goblins. I am very, very tempted to just nuke the lot of them. I don't care. I just don't care.
Look at them with their little eyes.
And one of the goblins like, oh, we thought you were the others who've been coming through here. And I would do a voice, but my friend just is like, you're the others who've been coming through here. The other humans. Oh, the other humans. Oh, okay. I guess I am talking to the goblins. Wherefore out the pasty-faced murderers then, Gobbo. They're down that way somewhere. They dumped a body nearby. But something dragged it off. Okay, well, thanks for that. We'll continue on our way then. Not mentioning we just killed 10 of their brethren down the corridor.
They breed fast enough.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought maybe that's actually a benefit for them. There's now food for
there's probably
babies.
an uptick in resources that are available, so yeah. It's probably worth.
We continue down, and we go down some kind of slope, and at the bottom there's a nest of rats.
You've really gone up. So you started quite high in the monster food chain of what you fight. Now you're kind of dropping considerably.
Yeah, so a rat swarm.
Oh, good.
Which, with a couple of fire spells and stuff, we just...
for a low-level party, like, rat swarms can be dangerous.
Yeah, they
swarms
can.
are hard to kill.
Yeah.
You need AoE attacks with those.
Yeah, but when you've got higher-level spells than that, it's just...
a rat swarm is nothing.
It's just... Yeah. It's like killing 10 goblins. It's kind of worthless.
Yeah. Like, almost literally, because the XP is so...
Yeah, it's almost not even worth calculating the XP. So we kill the 2 rat swarms with considerable ease. We move a little further, and then suddenly, zombies.
Oh, what we
coming out of the muck.
CR quarter, CR half, are we at this point?
Sounding like some of our neighbours.
Oh, yeah.
And
only when they're really, really, like, mentally competent though.
Yeah, only on their best days.
Only on the good days, yeah.
And so we fight some zombies. They're not much of a fight. It's like I said, we're quite...
So for clarification, just like what average level is the party at the moment?
8.
Right, so you're level 8. And these are, what, CR half, quarter?
Something like that.
Yeah, so just
maybe 1.
Just for anyone who knows about Pathfinder and D&D, just for reference, your characters are around about level 8.
Yeah, so we're just mowing them down. There's like 8 of them. We mow them down. But he says, 1 or 2 of them seem to be wearing clothing that suggests they've not been zombies for long.
Okay, and there's some reason.
And we get told that 2 of them that look like they've not been zombies long have had their hearts cut out.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh my god, there's a link. There's
evidence of the cult
something.
activity, possibly.
And maybe the zombies are what dragged off the body that the goblins. So okay. So once again,
there was a reason for the zombies.
I'm getting hopeful. So we rest up a little and we continue along. And we come into this part of the sewers that seem much, much older. Like this is maybe dates back to the early days of the city.
Okay.
And it doesn't like it's really part of the sewers anymore. It's as in it stinks, but it's dry, and it doesn't look like the other part of the sewers looks newer and a different architecture and stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay. And we become aware someone's watching us.
All right.
Out of the shadows. So it's, reveal yourself. We know you're there.
Right.
If you be an enemy, know that we have spells.
we have fireballs.
Warriors, we can bring you down in an instant. So this figure comes out of the shadows, revealing themselves to be a local rogue.
Oh, okay.
He demands to know what we're doing in this area.
All right.
Looking for this cult that's been performing a set of murders.
And the rogue is...
The rogue is a bit sullen and says, yeah, I've heard about those. So, well, if they're operating down here, you might know something about it. No, I don't. I'm not interested. I keep my...
Oh, no.
My nose out of this kind of thing.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh my god, it's another NPC that knows nothing, but I'm stuck talking to, so what's the point?
Yeah. The person who knows nothing about the adventure. Great.
So you've not heard any rumours about these murders? I know they're going on, everyone does, but no interest to me. I'm a rogue, I'm just interested in making money. That's why you're skulking around in the sewers?
This place?
Is there a lot of footfall around here? Do you pick a lot of pockets?
He robs the goblins, apparently.
It's none of your business what I'm doing down here. Look, I don't know anything about no cults and stuff like that. You best be on your way. Okay. All right. Well, there's another tunnel going down. This part of the place looks somehow older. Yeah. This bit's ancient. This wasn't built by the people who made the city. This is the old stuff. Stuff from before.
Oh, from the before times.
Well, the city is in a location.
It is an
ancient location, but the city is relatively new.
Yeah.
So, and he just says, there's sometimes things round here that, ancient stuff, so be careful. Okay, all right, well, thanks then. We head off down through a kind of crack in the wall that leads us into some ancient chamber. There's a collapsed, a great pillar that once kept up some kind of arched ceiling of some kind that's long since crashed down.
Okay.
And a portion of the ceiling has long since crashed, but there's still stone above,
like masonry
and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So we're still far below, because we've gone down a couple of times, so we're further and further down. Mm-hmm. But it appears to be a dead end. So I'm like, no, I don't believe this is a dead end.
There's got to be something.
There's got to be something. So we search around the rogue. moves around cautiously. It's a big area, so it's going to take some time.
The best person to search, probably highest perception.
Yeah. So the cleric also has a pretty good perception. So the pair of them start moving around. I say that we'll take an hour or two. We understand it's going to take a while. Mm-hmm. The other party members make themselves comfortable, waiting to see if we hear anything. Dice is rolled. We search around. We don't find anything.
Oh.
So I say, well, well then that's a dead end then. What do we do now? Well, you can't find anything.
Right, so the GM just doesn't give you anything.
Yeah.
There's no bone at
Well,
all.
you remember the last story?
Well, yeah. The water wheel, trying to find the people.
Trying to find out whether the attack was made by, were there Fae or were there not Fae? Two NPCs who were both there, both arguing.
I didn't see nothing. I saw everything. Oh, she's mad. He's blind.
Yeah, basically.
What's going on?
So, we've been down here for several hours. So we decide we'll find a way out of the sewers.
Okay.
So
basically you go back from where you came, yeah.
Yeah, we backtrack quite a bit. We're pretty sure we were going in the right direction, but, we climb out the sewers, head back, spells and to make sure we haven't caught diseases.
Yeah.
Our clothing is magically cleaned and dried.
It would smell like a commoner, yeah.
Yeah. And the next day, we're called back by the minor noble.
Yeah. I assume he wants an update on what's going on.
So we head to see him.
Okay.
So how is it going? Well, we've been down through to the sewers, and we even ended up in areas we believe to be thousands of years older than the city. We bumped into a rogue down there, but he didn't seem to have any information, was unwilling to speak. I see, he says. Well, I have something that may be of use. Okay, right, good. Because, unfortunately, though we know that bodies have been dumped down there, we even found a couple of zombies, two of which we believe may have been victims of this terrible activity. I see. Well, anyway, there's a pauper's graveyard. Right.
What?
The graveyard is run by a strange character. He basically never leaves the place. A twisted man, deformed somewhat. They say he talks to the bodies, cleans them and prepares them for their cheap burials. There's been some talk, some rumours where he's concerned. Some have been putting across the idea he might be the killer. Oh. I was told cult activity. Okay, well, you want us to check it out? I do. Yes. Go check it out. So off we go.
So now you go into a pauper's graveyard.
We go to the pauper's graveyard.
Find the strange man.
Yeah. So most of the graves don't have stones on them. Some of them just have pieces of wood with a few names chalked into them or carved.
Yeah.
And quite a few of them have multiple names, suggesting that 7 or 8 people have been buried deep in the same area and not necessarily the same families, which is, fits with medieval burial practices. We find this creaky building on the edge. There's some light in it, and it's a rather overcast day,
The murder shack.
adding to the gloom of the place. Our cleric says they're not detecting any suggestions of necromantic power.
Now, are you adding more kind of nuance and style to? Because I
Anyway,
assume this GM isn't adding anything.
No.
He's not saying it's overcast. Gloom.
No, he never. It could be a year later, and you have never been through summer, winter, autumn, spring. It's just.
Because I think
place,
unfortunately you're giving the GM some credit by
Yeah,
suggesting
sorry.
he's painting a picture, but in reality...
I'm trying to paint the picture because we go to the shack and the twisted man is in there, covered in black and grey robes. He
Right.
hides his face from the light of a candle by
See,
the window.
you're dressing it up again.
I know, but... Who is there? What do you want?
He didn't sound like this.
Very rare to the living. Ever knock on my door?
Whether they turned to the family members to dead
So
to get buried.
we're adventurers. This is a priest of one of the religions. We're trying to ascertain some information about recent murders. Murders? I don't know nothing about no murders.
I just point out again, this character wouldn't have sounded like this. The GM would not put this voice.
The only ones I speak to are the dead. I whisper to them and they whisper to me. For none of us care for them. Only I do.
Who are?
They bring the bodies to the gate and ring the bell. And it's only I that deal with them. Only I. We see a glimpse of his deformed features under the cowl as some of the light flickers off.
I refuse to believe that you're dressing this up too much. You're making
Shut
this interesting.
Shut up!
This is not how this went in Bros Bad Gaming.
The wizard, who is skilled in the art of magic to befuddle and control the mind, decides that they're not going to wait to find out whether this person will reveal the truth.
Right, okay.
They place a suggestion upon them. Tell me your truths. Tell me of what the dead speak to you. Tell me what you have done to the living.
Right.
He looks up. We see the whole of his face. One side horribly burnt and disfigured from some ancient, terrible catastrophe. I whisper to them and they whisper to me. But what have you done to the living? What terrible deeds? The living? I have no part of the living. They don't want nothing from me, and I want nothing from them. It is only to the dead I speak. You are some of the first living I have spoken to in many, many months.
Right.
And about the murders? Murders, like I said, I don't know nothing about murders. I stay here away from such matters of the city and the living. I whisper to the dead, and they whisper to me. He speaks the truth, says the wizard.
Says the wizard, yeah.
Well, this is most unusual. We're sorry to have burdened you with our presence. We'll depart now. I have no time for the living.
I can't help but feel that reality was, well, this was a waste of time, goodbye. It's the reality of it.
It's the reality of it is, yeah, he knew nothing about no murders, and he waffled a bit about talking to the dead, which didn't have anything to do with anything, and then we left. We go back to see the noble who sent us on this seemingly wild goose chase.
Yes. So he sent you to the sewers, and then he sent you to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Where's he going to send you next?
Exactly. We're brought through into his office. So, what did you divine from the strange, ragged man
The freak.
that lives in the pauper's graveyard? That he has nothing to do with the murders, and that, as far as we can see, though he is a tragic character, he is no harm to anyone. Why do you think he is involved in the murders? It's at this point, dear listener, that reality as we know it takes a strange, unexpected shift. And the noble says this. But most of the people don't trust him. The locals fear him, and he's very rarely ever seen outside of that place, and very few have ever spoken to him, other than those who deliver the poor, wretched bodies and ring the bell. Right? So?
Okay.
So, he would make a perfect scapegoat. A what? A scapegoat for the murders. It'd be easy for you to set him up as the murderer. The town guard would obviously believe it, and so would the locals.
Wait.
And he can be easily arrested.
What the fuck? Huh?
Wait, you want us to pretend he's the murderer? Yes.
What?
I thought that was obvious. Wait,
But
I'm confused.
does that mean he's the cult leader?
Wait, are you the cult leader? No, I want the cult dealt with. But if we set him up as the murderer, the locals believe it, the town guard arrest him and hang him. How does that bring down the cult? It's at this point, dear listener, that the GM realised that he had no idea what the fuck he was talking about.
He done fucked it up.
He literally stopped for several minutes trying to understand his own game.
His own logic, yeah.
At this point, I asked, wait, I don't understand. What's going on now? Am I not trying to stop the cult? Or am I? Yeah, you are trying to stop the cult, he says, now stopping the GMing, if you can call it that.
Yeah.
So, why does he want me to help the cult? He doesn't. So why is he telling me to set this person up? I don't know. The game basically comes to a shattering halt, and I have to ask questions. We went into the sewers. Was the cult not hiding in the sewers? Yes. Yeah, they are.
Well, where were they then?
Well, where was the entrance to their place? The dead end you went to, there was a secret passage there. Oh, I just didn't roll high enough? No, you did. So why didn't we find it? This is where an answer that shocked me to my very socks, ladies and gentlemen.
Oof, not his socks.
He said, and I quote, well, the adventurers can't win all the time.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh.
I asked him to explain the premise of the adventure. A cult was operating in the sewers. They'd taken control of the Thieves' Guild hideout and were using that as their secret place. That the noble was in fact one of the leaders of the Thieves' Guild and wanted to have this place cleared out without revealing his connection to the group. So I said to him, but we ran into a rogue. Yeah, but we asked him for help and information.
And he refused.
And he refused. Yeah. Why was he down there? He was watching to see if any of the cultists came and left. If we're working for one of his bosses, shouldn't he have helped us? Yeah, I guess so. But he didn't.
Oh, God.
No. Why not? I don't know. The cult, dear listener, may still be down there to this day, carrying out their gruesome, ghastly rituals. But sadly, I and my party will not be the ones responsible for bringing them to heel, because the GM gave up at that point and asked if we could just do something else.
Watch something online.
And so, I'm afraid the dark tale of vile murders, dark worship, and vile, disgusting sewers comes to a brutal, terrible end.
That was
so that was that one.
Yeah, BBG2.
I hope that is as awful as the last one.
Well, I mean,
for them as it was for me.
So it's, if anything, it's a type of therapy for you, bro.
I don't know if it is a type of therapy dragging this shit back up again, to be honest.
Well,
I know you're amused by it.
I find it amusing, and I hope you found it amusing as well. Well, yeah, there will be more BBG in the future, won't there, bro?
Oh,
hey?
Yeah.
He loves recounting his horror stories. And if you want to hear more, just let us know in the comments below. And if not, we'll still do it anyway. So
we will?
Yeah. So
good.
Have a good one, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Next time. Yeah, just next time.
Yeah, just next time.